Hey Pisces, welcome back. I'm here with your monthly reading for June 2019. Since it is a longer span of time, I'm still doing things pretty much the same as your weeklies, but I pulled pretty much a card from all of my oracle cards. I did it for my reading on a whim. I did for myself for June. And I liked how it worked out, and so I did it for Scorpio. I liked how it worked out. So for the monthlies, I'll probably pull this many oracle cards, just because it's a longer span of time, and I feel like so far they've been really talking to one another. So, all right, you did have a few that came out in doubles, so you have a little bit more than the other signs so far. Oh, just some reminders. This is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. All of my readings are Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, so check your other placements and see what's happening in those videos. There may be messages for you in them as well. Also, please like and subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified of your future monthlies, dailies, weeklies, and any bonuses I come up with. Hopefully I can get to the new moons by this weekend, because the new moon is the 1st, I believe. So, all right, let's get into it. Enough talking. I'm going to read this one last because it's from my Law of Attraction deck, and it does kind of talk about money, but the messages can be used for anything. All right, so we have the Hanged Man overall. We have Alchemy. Your imaginary friend, childhood treasures resurface. Snow Angel, the signs are with you already. Winged Seer, you see clearly, clairvoyance. The Big Picture. Culmination of vision. Gratitude. Be grateful for abundance. Live in appreciation for what you have, and more good things will come. The Gift. A present, an offer, nurturance, growth, potential. Canary Spirit. Sing your own song. Full Moon in Aquarius. Show the world the real you. New Moon in Gemini. Communication is key. And boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? All right, so how I have this laid out. This top row is my darker decks, my shadow decks, if you will. They talk about healing, transformation, dealing with not just the lighter side of life, but also the darker side of life. And so these are like maybe the harder messages or things that you're dealing with. This middle row is my happier decks, my lighter decks, that type of energy. And then we have here at the bottom my decks that I feel like give more advice type of messages. So overall, I'm kind of getting clarity is a major theme for you this month. We have the Hanged Man right here. Maybe for the month of June, or you have been kind of taking a time out, kind of going and looking for a new perspective, a new way of looking at things, looking at your situation maybe. I see clarity here with the big picture, culmination of vision. We have the Winged Seer here talking about, clarity, more about your vision, what's going. I'm just getting more of a mind vibe, so kind of up in your head a little bit. However, we have the Alchemy card starting you off, and I do like this card, especially in the Heal Yourself deck. to me, it speaks as the magician. You know, creating what you want, kind of mixing some things together, trying new things. So definitely see creation here. So you may be wanting to manifest or create something new this month. Maybe bring in something new. There may be something from the past, from your childhood, that maybe inspires you, maybe comes back. Maybe you had a childhood dream that you kind of forgot about, and it kind of like came back. Like maybe you, when you were a kid, you wanted to start a bakery, or maybe have some kind of, maybe be a teacher or whatever it is, and maybe you start like, maybe you want to start kind of going down that path. Whatever it is right now, though, the signs are with you already. Okay? So you are being guided. And even if you haven't really noticed the signs consciously, I feel like you have subconsciously. That might be why you're kind of taking a time out, getting a new perspective on your situation and where you want to go. Definitely looking at the big picture. You know, and trying to put all the pieces together to make like one big vision here, so you can get the bigger picture. So it's like you're putting together your vision so you can see it like kind of all together while you're in this timeout mode, so you know when you get down you have an idea of where you're wanting to go. All right, so this card comes out a lot, the gratitude, especially when we're starting something new. Who did I do? I just did Scorpio, and they had this card, and they were also going through a transformation of sorts. Not quite so much clarity and vision as yours is, but they were going down a new path, being, you know, called a different way. So if you have Scorpio in your chart, you might want to go check it out. But, you know, when we're manifesting, it's just a good practice in general to always practice gratitude. But I'm kind of jumping around. You have the 11 here. You have the alchemy here. It's definitely talking about magician to me, creating something new. So you need to give gratitude for what you have had type of thing, and what you're wanting to bring in, what you're wanting to create. Even having gratitude for this clarity that you're getting this month, all right? The gift, a present, an offer, growth, potential. So it's like, I'm reading this a few different ways. You are like kind of realizing your potential here, or the potential that maybe this new idea or new beginning or whatever it is this new clarity has for you. I'm also kind of getting a Wheel of Fortune vibe from it. With this, the signs are with you already, and the gift, I feel like you are kind of being divinely guided here to move forward with this. And then we get to the good part down here. It's all good here. I'm not saying the good part, but like kind of more like the advice here, okay? The canary spirit, sing your own song, okay? This is about you, Pisces. This is about you moving forward, all right? Don't hide who you are, all right? Sing your song bright and loud for everybody to hear. That doesn't mean you have to like be obnoxious about it and like shove it in people's faces or anything, but don't hide anymore. Don't hide who you are. Don't hide what you're wanting to do. And just be open. Communication is key for you this month. So clearly communicating what you're wanting to do moving forward, even if it's just with you and the universe, or you and God, or your spirit guides, whatever it is that you believe in that is bigger than yourself. Communication is key, all right? And boundaries. So there are going to be some boundaries that you have to set up this month, maybe from those around you, maybe from situations, maybe a job. I feel like you kind of know where these boundaries need to be set anyways. And you need to not only establish them or set them, but you need to really stick with them. And then going to this card that I saved for last, like I said, it's an 11. So this is something new. You're starting a new beginning, like you're on the right path. All right. I can pivot from feeling bad to feeling good. So you need to remember this through the month of June. As you look for a better feeling way to approach whatever you are giving your attention to, as you continue to ask yourself from your ever-changing vantage point, what is it that I do want? Eventually you will be standing in a very pleasing place, for you cannot continually ask yourself what it is that you do want without your point of attraction beginning to pivot in that direction. The process will be gradual, but your continued application of the process will yield wonderful results in only a few days. So, like I said, you're kind of getting your vision together. You're getting your perspective. So keep asking yourself, especially over the next few days, especially over the next month, get in the practice. What is it that I want? What is it I do want? All right, and you're going to, like I said, when you come down, you're just going to slowly already be aligned with that that kind of path, all right? All right, let's get into your general reading. I pull these because it takes me forever to shuffle these. Okay, so in case you're wondering why I pulled these first and didn't shuffle them on camera, they take forever, and I already do enough spreads through this that the shuffling time is a little long. All right, Pisces. Let's get into your general for the month of June 2019. What is Pisces' focus, obstacle, advice, and most likely outcome for the month of June? Please and thank you. Pisces, June 2019. Pisces, June 2019. What is their focus, obstacle, advice, and most likely outcome for the month of June? Please and thank you. We got the Page of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, the Ten of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Queen of Swords, though. Overall, you're trying to think logically about the situation. I feel like you're trying to rely on your wit, on your mind, not so much other people. Like, you're relying on yourself. You're facing things head on. And I feel like you are trying to be honest about it, but you're not trying to hide from anything anymore. However, I'm kind of drawn to her armor. She is, I do feel like you're still very guarded, okay? You're, like, the only thing that I feel like you're really relying on this month is your mind, okay? Your intellect, your ability to think logically about a situation. You're still very guarded, I feel like, with the armor, not really opening up emotionally to those around you, or at least this situation in general. So we have the Page of Pentacles here as your focus. So you may be looking for a new job. Too many cards. You may be looking for a new job or new income streams. You're not really looking where you are either. You're looking out. This page is going to grow his wealth, you know, somewhere else. He's going to go there and find it. You know, he's going to go out and search for it. Again, the Justice coming out. Like I said, I feel like this month really is all in your head, okay? You're really trying to be objective and logical about what you're wanting to do, okay? You do want to start something new, but you are trying to be logical about it. Your obstacle here is the Two of Wands. So you may be waiting on something, okay? Two of Wands and the Three of Wands in the reverse. So you're just kind of at a stalemate is what I'm feeling here. Both of these cards, especially this side, kind of talk to me about waiting. That could mean travel, but the Three of Wands being in the reverse tells me that there's not going to be travel, okay? Or there's going to be a delay in travel or a delay in moving, all right? So you may have, also twos do talk about a decision needing to be made in general. I don't always read that so much for the Two of Wands as much as it is a waiting card. So some of you, you don't know whether to wait or to go. You don't know what to do. It could be that you're waiting for something to come in so you can leave, which is kind of interesting. I feel like you know how this, I feel like you know what this means. It could be that you're waiting on a job offer to come in so you can move. Whatever it is, you may be giving up on waiting on it, okay? You might just need to choose to go ahead anyways, or you might need to be patient. Really, since this is in your obstacle, I feel like this is what you want to do. You're tired of being patient and waiting for whatever it is. And so you just kind of want to screw waiting. I'm going to go anyways, but I don't feel like that's what you should do. When it's time, I feel like it will come, okay? But this is... I'm feeling here too, it's like I'm so in my head, you know, I want the action part because the Wands is action, you know, but it's just not happening. Like I said, you're kind of in that Hanged Man energy that was here, that was in your Oracle. You're feeling a little stuck, a little in between right now. So your advice is the Ten of Wands. Let's pull a clarifier for it. Where did it go? Seven of Wands. Seven of Swords, sorry. You need to release the burden, okay? Because you're overwhelmed right now. You're carrying a lot of weight. You're carrying a lot of burden. Then you have the Seven of Swords. It may not even be your burden, okay? It's like you were kind of guilted or something into taking this burden. And it's keeping you, Page of Pentacles, but it's here in the reverse. If this burden isn't yours, and you know, all right, for those of you that this is for, this message, you will know if this is your burden or not, okay? If it's not your burden and you are kind of guilted or manipulated into taking on this burden, you need to let it go. Okay, because it's keeping you from going after what you want. Okay, it could be at work. So just make sure just make sure the burden you carry is your own, all right? And someone may be playing mind games with you. You're gonna know, okay? You know, if this is kind of like resonating with you, you know, all right? So drop it, leave it. You know, if they were guilting you into carrying this burden anyways, they don't have your best interest at heart, all right? Yeah, I don't always read this card as someone manipulating someone, but I'm not really getting any good vibes from it because it's kind of the only upright card here, or it's upright, all right? Both of these have really heavy energies for me. With this being in the reverse and this being here, it's like this is someone or something, a situation is manipulating you a little bit to carry more than your fair share or more burden than you need. And it's keeping you from going forward, from going after what it is you're wanting to. And your most likely outcome is the Nine of Swords. You don't know what to do. You're feeling trapped. You're trapped in your head. You may have went from, you know, from thinking logically to overthinking because of this energy right here. All right. Beware. This advice is more like a warning for me. Okay. It's probably what's keeping you stuck here too. And so all that ends up happening is that you get stuck in your head. You have all these anxieties and fears and worries that I'm feeling weren't yours to begin with, okay? They weren't yours to begin with. Someone kind of conned you into taking them, okay? And for those of you that you don't feel like anybody conned you into taking anything, you need to work through these very intentionally type of energy. So, and you shouldn't move forward until you've released these burdens. But like I said, I'm just not getting a good vibe from that. So hopefully that the not good vibe I'm getting is for just a small portion of you, and the majority of you, you know, you just have some stuff that you have to work through very carefully, very intentionally. You really have to be strategic type of energy to work through them, and, you know, kind of put off looking to the future and looking outwards. But, and this is a reminder, I try to remind all the signs, but especially in readings like this, especially when the outcome is distracting from what you're originally focusing on, is that you still have free will. You can change anything here you want, any energies you don't like. So keep that in mind through the month or going forward or whatever. You know, forewarned is forearmed, and that's all that this is. You know, you can change anything about this that you don't like. All right, so your most likely outcome, though, is you're going to feel a little trapped in your head, have a lot of worries, a lot of anxieties, but I still feel you're going to push through them with the Page of Wands being in the upright. You're going to find some motivation. You're going to find some energy, some passion that's going to help you move forward, even though you may be scared as hell. All right. It's like the fire is going to trump the anxieties and push you forward. All right, Pisces, let's get into your love reading. Alrighty. Let's get into your love reading, Pisces. Pisces, love June 2019. Pisces in love for June 2019. I'll pull a few cards, you know, use which ones resonate with you. They might all resonate with you. Sometimes they talk together, sometimes they don't. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. All right, Pisces. Definite, you need to open some communication. You know, be honest about your feelings. Express your feelings with someone else. Could be that you or them are kind of overindulging in something that maybe feels a little too good. Maybe you're a little codependent on one another. Whatever it is, I'm really kind of leaning towards someone may have, like I said, might be indulging a little too much in something that makes them happy, you know, extra happy, whether that be drugs, alcohol, gambling, you know, chocolate, sweets, shopping, whatever it is. You know, you might need to talk to them about it, or, you know, if you are the one kind of overindulging, try and figure out why you feel the need to overindulge, and if, you know, you might want to talk to your partner about it. All right, be open about it. Be like, you know what, I know that I've been shopping a little too much, but, you know, I kind of asked myself why, what's going on, and, you know, this is what's going on. I'm not happy where we are right now, or I'm really worried about this. Sorry. You just need to be kind of open with your partner about what's going on and how you're feeling. All right. So let's get in. Let's pull some tarot cards for you and see what's happening. Pisces, love, June 2019. Recent, past, current energy, and the month ahead. Energy for the month ahead, please, and thank you. Okay. Recent past, Ace of Swords. You got some clarity about a situation. Ace of Pentacles and a Seven of Cups. So you had like a new way of thinking about things. You had some clarity. Maybe you started a new job. Maybe you started a new business. Who knows what it was, but you know, you or someone came back to reality. We're being really realistic, narrowing down your options type of energy. Ten of Wands coming out in the current energy. You are working on releasing all of the burden that you were carrying. All right. And I feel like you're you may be remembering the good times. Something from your past might be coming back. Could be that, you know, you two broke up, you know, whatever. You released the burden, but now it's coming back. But really what I'm feeling here is you're remembering the good times here, all right? Because you released some burden. You're working on releasing the burden so you can remember the good times, but there's a lot of conflict. A lot of conflict. Could be a fire sign you're dealing with. Could be air and earth as well, water. They're all here. All the signs are here, but fire's here twice. Water's here twice too, but that could be you. Either way, there's a lot of conflict, okay? There's a lot of conflict. But at least you're working on releasing the burden, all right? Nine of Swords in the reverse, good. The Hierophant in the reverse. And the Ten of Cups in the upright. So the month ahead, you release, you know, the Nine of Swords that was in your general reading. You get rid of that. You work through it. You don't have as much anxiety about the situation, all right? The Hierophant here in the reverse, though, it could mean divorce. Not really getting that so much, but for a small portion of you, there is going to be some kind of breakup, a loss of faith in this relationship, but someone new is going to come in. But could be, I'm also hearing that there could be a little bit of a break, a separation type of thing, maybe a short-lived breakup type of thing, that it's like you kind of lose faith in this situation, you're tired of worrying about it, so y'all split for a little bit, y'all take some time by yourself, but you may come back together and realize, you know, this is your Ten of Cups, this is your happily ever after, this is your happy family, and, you know, you guys work on it. As for a small portion of you, for a lot of you, though, I do feel you release the anxiety and the fear and the worry, and you just don't have any faith in this situation. It could be a Taurus you're dealing with. Could be they don't have any faith in the situation, in the relationship. But you have the Ten of Cups, so however this works for you, whether it be someone new that comes in, whether, you know, there is a breakup, there is a split, and someone new comes in, I believe if someone new comes in, it's going to be for the long term. It's going to be happy, all right? Could be someone from the past. Could be someone from the past came in and caused a lot of arguing between you and who you're with, if you're with someone. And if this isn't someone coming in, this is just going after what makes you happy, all right? Yeah, so however this works out for you, you know, currently there's a lot of energy, you know, but you release it. You don't have faith in the situation, but I also don't feel like there's any ill will. There's no hard feelings. It's just like, it is what it is. I don't feel like we can kind of come together after this. So, you know, whatever. But I do see you going after what makes you happy, whether that is after a separation of sorts, that you do come back together with this person, or you come back together with someone from the past, or you meet someone new altogether. All right, let's pull some advice cards, because normally the advice helps narrow down. But reading for y'all is collective, you know, different ways to kind of get to the same outcome, you know? So, Pisces, June 2019. What advice do you have for my Pisces for June 2019? What advice do you have for my Pisces for June 2019? The Chariot. Six of Cups. I can't remember how that came out. I think it came out reversed, though, to be honest. I don't like it when they come out sideways. Oop, the Lovers. Eight of Cups. And the reverse. Sorry. Too many. And it flipped back over. I was going to take the one that flipped over, but then it flipped back over. Ace of Cups and the reverse. I was only going to take Okay, okay. Okay. Pisces. Good news here, good news here, good news here, right? May not be exactly what you want to hear, but in the long term, it's good news. All right, we do have the Lovers and the Two of Cups, both in the upright. This is a soulmate. This is a very, very strong connection. Could very much be a twin flame with the Lovers and the Two of Cups being here. So whether this is the person that you're with right now, whether this is someone that's coming in, I feel like it's more the person you're with, okay? It's just that maybe there's some, the codependency card is kind of coming back to me. So the connection's there, all right? The love is there. The feelings are there. However, don't start something new with them right now. Okay, don't try to renew this. Don't try to be all in a new beginning if this is someone from the past. Okay, now's not the time, okay? Because the Six of Cups, there's still some negative energy, negative feelings between the two of you in your connection, all right? Yes, I know I'm completely reading this backwards, but that's how I have to do it. So, because there's some negative energy between y'all in your connection that needs to dissipate before you can really come back together, all right? There is going to be movement, though. There is going to be change. There is going to be movement forward. It may not necessarily feel like it because it's like you move forward, but you have to move forward to work through this negative energy that's still between you two. All right? Kind of come out of yourself with the Eight of Cups. Here, normally it's talking about go deep within, figure out what it is you want, but this is in the reverse. So I feel like you've kind of been in your feels, kind of been deep within. You need to kind of come out and, you know, just kind of be honest about what's happening. Maybe tell the other person what's going on, where you are, how you feel about the situation, what you want out of it, that type of thing. And just be honest. And I feel like you kind of need to be open. You already know what it is you want. Okay, so you may need to communicate that. And don't try to control this, okay? Don't try to control this. The Emperor here in the reverse, just let it be, okay? See where things go. See where the movement takes you. See where everything kind of lands, and don't try to control the situation or manipulate it, okay? The connection's here, okay? It's a really strong connection. It's a really solid connection. Deep connection. It's not very solid right now because you have all this negative energy going back and forth between you two. So starting something new isn't going to work out for you until you can work through this negative past or recent negative past that y'all have been going through. You need to clear that connection, even if that means separating for a little bit. Give yourself some space and time so you can make that connection clean again, you know, neutral type of energy. All right, Pisces, that's your reading. I hope you found some good advice or messages here, and I will see you next week with your weeklies.